Hello, first grade. In this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about making 10 to add. So in my first problem, I have 8 plus 5. So I'm going to go ahead for 8. I'm going to use my blue cubes that I have over here, and I'm going to go ahead and stack 8 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Back up a little bit so I can go ahead and put my problem up here. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8. So my blue cubes right here are representing my 8. So now I'm going to have my red cubes represent my 5. So, oops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So with this problem right here, I need to be able to make 10 to be able to add on. To do that, I need to figure out how many, looking at my 8 stack right here, my stack of 8, how many do I need to borrow from my group of 5 over here to make it 10? So I'm going to count on. I'm actually going to go to my problem. So I have, again, 8 here, and I'm going to go ahead and count to 10. I'm going to make 10 here. So 8, 9, 10. So right here, I figured out that 8 plus 2, because my 2 red, equal 10. All right. Looking at my example here, how many do I have left over now? Since I took 2 from my 5 to make my group of 10. I have 1, 2, 3 left. So I know I have 10 over here now because 8 plus my 2 more red of the red equals 10. So now I know that 10 plus 3 of my red left equals 13. So 10, 11, 12, 13. So with making 10 to add, it's really, really important that we have 2 different colors of blocks. That way you're able to see how many you add on to your bigger number. And again, one thing for making 10 to add is you want to make sure that you're adding on to your biggest number, your first add-in right there. So we're going to go ahead and do a problem together. So I want you to go ahead and grab blocks, something that you can go ahead and count with. You can do a drawing if you need to, anything that can help you with this. I'm going to go ahead and pause so I can get the other equation out. All right, so my next problem I have is 9 plus 6. So I want you to use one set of cubes that look the same to represent your 9. And then another color to represent your 6. All right. So again, you can use a drawing for this. You can use cubes. You can use maybe a cereal, and then maybe a different type of cereal for your 6. One set of pieces of pasta, or another different set, like macaroni, rigatoni, different types of noodles. So there's all kinds of different ways that you will be able to figure this out by not only using blocks or drawing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with our 9. So I want you to go ahead and do your 9. And in this case for me, it's going to be my 9 blue blocks. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm going to check Remember, it's very important to check your work to make sure you have it there. Because if you don't check it and you missed one, it's going to screw your whole problem up and it will be really, really, really hard. You'll just have to restart it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so now I'm going to move on to my red blocks that are going to represent my 6. Now I do not have them colored in because it's kind of hard to see where those lines meet when you color them in. So I just have them like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, I'm going to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Now I need to, again, this whole lesson is making 10 to add. So we need to figure out together, what exactly do I need to add to my 9 to get 10? How many am I going to take from my red group to my blue group? So we're going to add on. So we're going to start at 9 because we know there's 9 here. So go ahead and take your block, your blue blocks, count those 9, say 9, grab from your other cubes, as in this case, mine is red. So 9, 10. All right. So I added only one block. You only added one block or one, whatever you're using to your group of 9. So our problem is going to be 9 plus 1, because I see I only added that one red, equals 10. All right. So now we need to figure out, if I have 10 here, how many do I have in my red group? If I only borrowed 1 from that group of 6, what am I going to have? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I only have 5 left. So I know right here I have a group of 10 and I have a group of 5. So 10 plus 5 equals 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we figured out that 9 plus 6 equals 15. Awesome job. So this next problem we're going ahead and going to show you in a second. It's going to be a problem that I want you to figure out on your own. And then once you're done, we will go over it together. So give me 1 second while I bring that problem up for you. Before we do that, I'm actually going to go ahead and show you how to add on a number line, making 10 to add on a number line. All right, so I have 9 plus 6 here. All right, I'm starting here at my 9. So I'm actually going to go ahead and draw a little circle. I'm going to make this in red. All right, I'm going to start here at my 9. And I need to figure out how I can get to 10, how I can make 10 to help me. All right, so 9, how many jumps right here do I need to do to get to my 10? So I'm going to jump until I get to 10. So ready? 1. I made 1 jump. So my problem would be 9 plus 1 jump equals 10. So I made my 10. So breaking it down now, I see that, okay, I broke it into 1. I broke this number into 1. That's a part. 1 plus what equals 6? 1. If I started here at 1 and I need to get to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, my goodness gracious. Hold on 1 second. It's hard to see here. All right, we did that again. Starting at 1, I'm going to jump to 6. Count how many I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I jumped 5 times. So 5 is my other part. So 5, 6. So my problem now, I know that 9 plus 1 plus 5 is going to give me my answer. Well, I know already that 9 plus 1 equals 10. So I'm just going to go ahead and add on to that, and I'm going to put 10. No, 10 plus my other part, which is 5, equals 15. So in all, 10 plus 5 equals 15. So in the end, we have that 9 plus 6 equals 15. And I'm actually going to go ahead and check that to make sure. So that's the great thing about a number line, because then I can go ahead real quick and I can check, hey, is this correct? So I'm going to erase this. I'm going to go ahead and start at the number 9, and I'm going to jump up 6 spots. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My answer is 15. So 9 plus 6 equals 15. So in this next problem, I want you to use your blocks with them. And then if you want, you can use a number line, but I'm going to go ahead and go over with the blocks. And I probably will go over with the number line too to help you. All right, so let's go ahead and pause. I'm going to pause this and then you bring up your question. All right, so here is your problem that I want you to figure out on your own. So 7 plus 5 equals blank. All right, when you are finished, I want you right now, I want you to be, after I'm done talking, I want you to go ahead and pause it. When you're ready to move on and check your answer, that is when you can go ahead and press play and we'll go over it. All right. All right, so you went and figured out 7 plus 5 equals blank. And we're going to go ahead and use these blocks to help us out first. So 7, my blue is going to represent my 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to check to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. My red is going to represent my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All righty. So I'm going to go ahead and add on to my blue, which is my bigger number, my 7, and I'm going to make a 10. You ready? 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to write my equation. So I had 7 blue and I added on how many red? 1, 2, 3, and I got, let's count it, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them. All right. So now I need to figure out how many do I have left in my red now? I know I have my group of 10 on the side, plus we have 1, 2. So 10 plus 2, 10, 11, 12. 10 plus 2 equals 12. So in the end, 7 plus 5 equals 12. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this with a number line. So give me 1 second. If you did it with a number line, that's perfectly fine. I want you to be able to do it in both ways. So if you want real quick, you can go ahead and pause it and try it with a number line. That's 7 plus 5. All right. All righty. So we have our 7 plus 5 equals blank. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go on my number line. I'm going to start at my 7 and I'm going to work my way up until I get to 10. All right. So I'm going to start at my 7. I'm going to work my way up until I get to 10. I'm trying to get right here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I jumped 3 spots. So I know that 7 plus 3 equals, oops, sorry, my 10. So I'm going to pull this over to the side, right? So I'm actually going to go back on this and I'm going to erase this because I need to figure out how many I have left. All right. So I'm going to start at my 3 because I know that's one of my parts. I know I made a 3 here. That 3 is one of my parts right here. All right. I broke down that 5. All right. I gave 3 of it to 3 of those blocks, or my number 3, to my 7. All right. Which made my 10. So I'm going to start at my 3. And I'm going to go ahead and now jump till I get to 5 to figure out my other part. 1, 2. So 3, 4, 5. 3 and 2 are my parts of 5. So now I know that my 7 plus my 3 plus I'm going to do a 2 because 3 and 2, which would make my 5 to figure out my answer. All right. So I know right here that I already made my 10. My 7 on my 3, I figured out right here that guess what? This equaled 10. So I need to add my 2 now. My 2 is still left. So 10 plus 2 equals 12. All right, let's figure out if 7 plus 5 equals 12. I'm going to check my work. All right, let me go ahead and erase this on here. I'm going to go ahead and start at my 7 right here. Start right there. And I'm going to count up 5. Now I'm just checking my work here. This is not how you make 10 to add. That's what we just did right here. We're just checking to make sure. All right. So 7, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 plus 5 equals 12. Awesome job today, guys, with this video. Awesome, awesome job.